Time now, 8:30 in the morning time on this Wednesday morning, August 20th, 2014 on a Wednesday morning. Time now for the What a Magician, PJ Wiggins, the morning report. Wednesday morning, August 20th, 2014. A good morning to you all. This lovely Wednesday morning. There are current conditions at 8:30 a.m. in North Massachusetts, 59 degrees on temperature with a humidity at 93%. Wind speed is calm barometer, even 30 inches at a dew point about 57 degrees and visibly at 1.5 miles an hour here. Okay, let's take a look at our radar scope here and zoom it out, and it shows spotty rain showers in the eastern portions of Nova Scotia, spotty rain showers in southeastern portions of Prince Edward Island. Line of rain showers and storms from eastern Ontario, western Quebec, stretching out of western New York and Pennsylvania, eastern portions of Ohio, down to eastern West Virginia, down to eastern Kentucky to western Virginia. And a line of showers and storms off the Carolina and Georgia eastern Florida coastline and curving it off the southwestern Florida coastline. And then line of rain showers off the Gulf states here and stretching it out southeastern Texas Gulf Coast here. And a line of rain showers off central portions of Mexico and then southwestern portions of Texas. And a line of rain showers by southeastern Oklahoma. And a line of rain showers from western Illinois, central Iowa, down for southwestern Minnesota, down for southeastern portions of South Dakota, down for eastern Nebraska. And a line of rain showers in western Nebraska and western Dakotas, down for Montana, north central Idaho. A line of rain showers by western Utah, and a line of rain showers west central Colorado and New Mexico. And a line of spotty rain showers in southern portions of California here. And line of rain showers in southeastern portions of British Columbia, down for Alberta, and Saskatchewan, down for southwestern portions of Manitoba here. Long wait, Wisconsin. Good morning, 59 degrees overcast, guys, here. And we're taking a look at a Buffalo radar here, and it shows a line of rain showers by the southeastern suburbs of Buffalo Run, Springbrook, and Middleton Heights, and easternward Loveland here. And this line of rain showers by St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada, it's going to make its way in a few minutes to the Buffalo area here. And take a look at the Pittsburgh radar, and it shows a yellow and oranges, which is showers and storms around the city of Pittsburgh, limits and searching on the Baldwin, Whitehall, Bethel Park, South Park, Township, and Virginia, and Nottingham here. Robert Greens bends the rain around Franklin Park and Alcoba and Fenway here. Take a look at our satellite loop here, and it shows line of clouds covered over eastern Quebec and Newfoundland. Line of clouds off the Carolina and Georgia coastline. A line of clouds from west New York, Pennsylvania, eastern portions of Ohio, down from West Virginia, and down from eastern Kentucky. Line of clouds from western Illinois, down from northern Missouri, down from Iowa, southern Minnesota, eastern South Dakota, and eastern Nebraska here. And a line of clouds from western Texas, stretching up into New Mexico, Utah, Colorado, Nevada, eastern California, up into Wyoming, down from Idaho, Montana, down from western Dakotas and Nebraska, stretching it up into Northern Washington State, of British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, up to Manitoba, up to the James Bay of Canada here. Take a look at our map situation here. Station front from British Columbia, stretching it out through Idaho, cold front from the Yellowstone Valley, stretching it out to North Dakota, up to the Manitoba. A warm front from South Dakota, stretching it Iowa, down to Illinois, and a cold front from Indiana, stretching it Ohio. And a warm front from Virginia, stretching the eastern tip of North Carolina and Tennessee here, with a stationary front here, and a pink front from western Pennsylvania, stretching up into central Ontario here. Our front of mine from South Dakota, stretching to Nebraska and Kansas, down from western Oklahoma and Texas, down from southeastern New Mexico. And a front of mine from South Oregon coastline, down from California here. High pressure in western Colorado and eastern Tennessee, down from the Gulf of Mexico, and low pressure in southern and northern portions of California, and down from central portions of Manitoba and northern Michigan here. High pressure in eastern Tennessee and the Gulf of Mexico to western Colorado. And a warm front off of Washington State. 66 degrees the temperature in Boston. 72 out of New York City. 75 in Washington, D.C. 64 out in Pittsburgh. 71 in Denver. 68 out. 71 in Detroit. 68 in Chicago. 66 out in Minneapolis. And 75 out in Omaha, Nebraska. 73 out in Kansas City. 73 in Atlanta. 84 in Miami. It's 78 in Brownsville, Texas. It's 80 in Dallas, Texas, at 68 out in Albuquerque, 64 in Denver, 62 in Salt Lake City, 76 in Phoenix and Las Vegas, 69 in Los Angeles, 63 in San Francisco, 58 out in Seattle, and 57 in Great Falls, Montana. Here, current conditions around region here, 66 degrees at temperature in Boston, 68 in Boston Harbor, 67 in Cape Cod Bay, 63 out in Pittsburgh, 59 in Bedford, 62 in Beverly and Gloucester, 58 out in Haverhill, 64 out in Sturbridge, 60 in Webster, 67 in Worcester, 61 in Darwin and Taunton, 64 out in New Bedford, 66 in Plymouth and Falmouth and Chatham and Provincetown and Martha's Vineyard, 67 in Cape Cod Bay, 65 in Nantucket, 66 in Lock out in the Westerly, 64 in Providence and in Smithfield, It's 61 in Springfield. It's 56 in Amherst, 58 in Greenfield, 57 in North Adams and Pittsfield, 63 in Albany, 61 in Mason, 53 in Marlborough, 55 in Keene, New Hampshire, 56 in Chaffey, New Hampshire, 57 in Concord, New Hampshire, 55 in Manchester, New Hampshire, 59 in Nashville, New Hampshire, 62 in Portsmouth, 62 in Portland, Maine, 62 in West Connecticut, 63 in Hartford, 63 in Meriden and Waterbury, 64 in New Haven, 66 in Bridgeport, 65 out in Danbury, 68 out in Islip, 64 in Montauk, 66 in Long Island, 71 out in New York City. Here. Take a look at the forecast discussion around the country here. So, slight risk of severe thunderstorms over the parts of the northern plains and heavy rain possible over the parts of the lower peninsula of Michigan and parts of the central Appalachians. A weakened upper level low over the Great Lakes will move slowly eastward to the northern Appalachians by Thursday evening. The showers and thunderstorms will develop along ahead of the associated front from the Great Lakes and the Ohio Valley and middle Mississippi Valley, moving to the Mid-Atlantic coast while extended northwestward to the upper Great Lakes by Thursday. And meanwhile, this upper level energy embedded in the upper level through over the northern Rockies will aid in producing showers and thunderstorms over parts of the northern and central plains and in the northern High Plains and parts of the northern and central Rockies based on Wednesday into Thursday here. Okay, let's take a look at the forecast discussion around the country here. Mainly dry weather except maybe a shower in the west with the temperatures near slightly below normal expected throughout the weekend. Patterns start to become a bit more unsettled early next week with an approaching front and patchy dense fog across portions of the coastal plains of southeast Massachusetts but now still expected to dissipate around 8 a.m. and this will result in mostly sunny skies. Very weak winds this morning while likely to be delayed to a slightly quicker onset of sea breezes than Tuesday, otherwise only minor tweaks needed to bring near-term conditions back to the line with observed trends there. Okay, take a look at our tropics here. Disorganized shower and thunderstorm activity is associated with a front. Elongated area of low pressure located 700 miles east of the Seven Windward Islands. A gradual development of the system is possible during the next few days while it moves west-northwest around 10 to 15 miles across the Lesser Antilles and the Caribbean Sea. Interested in the Lesser Antilles and the Northeastern Caribbean Sea should closely monitor the progress of this system. Formation chance for 4 hours. Medium about 30% formation chance for 5 days. Medium about 50% and tropical wave located about 1,000 miles east of the Lesser Antilles. Continues to produce suicide showers and thunderstorms here. Any development system should be slow to occur in the next day or two while it moves toward the west-northwest about 10 miles per hour. The time of development of the system is anticipated as it begins to interact with the surface located in the northwest and formation chance for 4 hours. Low 10% formation chance for 5 days. Low 10% here. A body of low pressure is producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms similar to miles south of the Gulf of Tonkin. If upper conditions forecast to be conducted within the system is developed into a tropical depression by the end of this week. Walton moves west-northwest with about 10 miles per hour. Formation chance for 4 hours. Medium about 4% of formation chance for 5 days. High 8% there. Okay, the latest on Korea here. It is a 50 mile per hour wind gust. Center location 50.9 in the north, 135.9 in the west, and movement west about 5 miles per hour here. Latest public advisory on Karina here. It is still moving westward, but expected to begin later in the day at location 50.9 in the north, 135.9 in the west, about 190 miles, 2075 kilometers east of Hilo, Hawaii, about 1760 miles, 23 kilometers west of 7 tip of mile count for Macomb State, winds about 50 miles by 85 kilometers an hour. Principal wind west at 270 degrees at 5 miles by 7 kilometers an hour. Minimum central pressure at about 1,000 millibars at 253 inches. There are no coastal watches warnings in effect. At 2 a.m. Pacific time and 9 UTC, the center of tropical storm Korea was located near the latitude 50.9 in the north, longitude 135.9 in the west. And Korea is moving toward the west near 5 miles by 7 kilometers an hour. Korea is expected to be slowed down and be at Mandarin later today before moving a little faster toward the end. East by Thursday night, and the satellite data indicates that the maximum state winds will be near 50 miles by 85 kilometers an hour with hour gusts. And little changes straight with this forecast during the next 48 hours. And tropical storm force winds extended out through 70 miles by 110 kilometers from the center. The estimated central pressure is 1,000 millibars at 253 inches here. Okay, the latest on tropical storm Lowell here. It is 50 mile per hour winds with a central location 18.7 in the north, 121.0 in the west. The movement northwest about 5 miles per hour here. And low maintained is straight line is public advisory here. Location 18.7 at the north, 120 to the west, about 775 miles with 1245 kilometers southwest of the southern tip of Baja California. Maximum safe winds 50 miles per hour, 85 kilometers an hour. Present movement in northwest 385 degrees and 5 miles per hour at 7 kilometers an hour. Minimum central pressure 996 millimeters, 42 inches. Watching waters there, no coastal watching waters affected at 2 a.m. Pacific time, now UTC. The central tropical storm was located in latitude 18.7 at the north, longitude 120.0 to the west. Here and low is moving toward the northwest near 5 miles per hour at 7 kilometers an hour. So northwest to the northwest motion is expected during the next day, so an increase in forward speed is expected on Friday. Memphis Day winds near 50 miles per 85 kilometers an hour with higher gusts. Some strength is possible during the next day, so the tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 25 miles. 35 kilometers from the center of the base. Minimum central pressure 996 millimeters of 42 inches here. Okay, Central Pacific outlook here. I said with low pressure near the station about 50 miles south of Honolulu. Irregular periods and thunderstorms continue to develop well in the low, but this feature has changed a little in organization during the past 24 hours. Formation trends for 4 hours. Low 10% elsewhere, no tropical cyclones expected to find late Thursday night here. And we have a slight risk of severe weather from southeastern North Dakota, eastern South Dakota, northeastern Nebraska, northwestern Iowa, and southwestern Minnesota here. We got hail, deluge winds. Few tornadoes cannot be ruled out here. Elevated fire winds from south central Washington and north central Oregon here. Okay, let's take a look at our today's forecast. Canadian high pressure will continue to bring dry weather to southern New England with moisture remaining in the west part today. Seasonable temperatures in the upper 70s, low 80s. Expected to be low, probably a few showers in western New England on Thursday. Okay, let's take you to the Weather Magician time machine back to August 19th and 20th, 1955, which is a Friday and a Saturday. Only 5 days after Hurricane Connie hit the mid-Atlantic coast, up at 48 inches rain across central and western areas of southern New England. Hurricane Diane moved in near Wilmington, North Carolina. Some weaker tropical storm is a moving, then it took a right turn. Diane pushed across Long Island on August 19th, up in massive amounts of rainfall across the region here. All-time 24-hour rainfall total in Westfield, Massachusetts. 18.15 inches for a total of 19 3/4 inches. The damage cost $832 million and $955. And today's money will be $7.25 million here. There were 90 fatalities, 77 in Connecticut, 12 in Massachusetts, and 1 in Rhode Island. Rainfall totals 60.86 inches in Torrington, Connecticut, 50.95 inches in Buckinghamshire, Connecticut, and 8.45 inches in Greenville, Rhode Island. And even though it was a tropical storm, it brought lots and lots of rain to the New England area here. Okay, let's take a look at our view from the outside here. It shows another beautiful start to your morning here. Excuse me. Okay, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this. For today, we are going to see some sunny skies under 81 degrees and calm wind becoming eastward at 6 miles by the afternoon. That Patchivog to 1 a.m. otherwise. Most of the coast got 55 degrees and light east wind. Thursday, most of the skies under 67 degrees and calm wind becoming eastward at 5 miles by the afternoon. Thursday night, Patchivog through 2 a.m. otherwise. Most of the skies got 58 degrees and less west and variable wind here. Friday, Patchivog before 9 a.m. otherwise. Patch skies got under 74 degrees and northeast with about 5 to 9 miles per hour. Friday night, most of the skies got low 58 degrees, and Saturday, Punch skies got under 71 degrees. Saturday night, most of the skies got low 58 degrees. Sunday, Punch skies got under 72 degrees. Sunday, Punch skies Sunday night with a low end 57 degrees. Monday, most of the skies got under 75 degrees. Monday night, Punch skies got low 57 degrees. And for Tuesday, most of the skies got under 79 degrees here. Peters, what a phrase of the day. Oh, another winner on the weather department on tap here. Peter Channel News time is now 8:45. Time now for a little traffic report here. Let's start you off in Boston vicinity where the Southeast Expressway at the northbound side a little slow from Quincy, stretching it all the way down to Dorchester here. Mass Park in the eastbound side, also from Newton, I would add Austin Brighton tolls here with some construction of Mass Park in the eastbound side near BU. Mass Park on the westbound side of Exeter near Logan Airport, backed up from Logan Airport all the way down for South Boston via the 10 Williams Tunnel here. And 93 on the southbound side, also from Medford down for Somerville. Building a tunnel on the southbound side, very slow. And 93 on the northbound side, slow from 28 at Stuyvesant, 128 out of Reading here. 128 on the southbound side, a little slow from Reading all the way down to 93 at Reading here. Route 3 southbound, a little slow, approach 128. Route 128 on the southbound side, slow from 225 to Route 2 in Lexington near Route 2 eastbound accident in Lexington near 128. Shoulder block there, so trust us for extra time that area here. 120 northbound side, a little slow from Norwood to Dedham, and 120 northbound, a little slow from Needham all the way down for Weston here. 393.95, otherwise a modified from 128 to the New Hampshire border here, and Route 3 south, a little slow from Chelmsford to North Millwicka. 495 on the southbound side, a little slow from Andover to down to Tewksbury here, and 495 northbound side, a little slow from Chelmsford down for Tewksbury here, and 495 the northbound side, slow from 109 down to Ashland there, doing an accident. 495 northbound side, an accident in Port to Mass Pike. Hopped to the multi-vehicle accident on 495 northbound for exit 22 Mass Pike with Hopkinton there. And next to the Mass Pike on the westbound side near Route 9 in Framingham here. 95 24 block off from 123 to Rhode Island border. Route 3 at the northbound side, a little slow on Union Street to Braintree Brothers. It's block off from Braintree down to Sagamore here. 141 ton in Bedford here. And take a look at Rhode Island highways here. 146 at the southbound side, a little slow as you approach from Birch Avenue down for 95. 95 southbound side near exit 25B. Accident on the northbound side of 95 near Route 126 in Providence here. 610 connected congestion with Rose Avenue to the 95 near the Providence Place Mall. It's just rest up extra time in that area here. But otherwise, 99 near northbound side, it's a little slow from Cumberland to Woodstock. But otherwise, that's both sale commute on this Wednesday morning here. Okay, take a look at our Peter Channel News bottom report on this August 20th, 2014. Wednesday, top story on the Peter Channel News is in London, where intelligence officials were reported over the video perpetrated to show the beheaded American journalist in Syria on Wednesday, urgent seeking confirmation of James Foley's fate as well as clues about the identity of his executioner. And Ferguson, Missouri demonstrators and 5 police as demonstrators holding their hands in the air as she walks past police officers riot gear in Ferguson, Missouri on Tuesday night. In Jerusalem, Palestinians on Wednesday accused Israel fired a missile at the home of the top Hamas military commanders in the Gaza Strip, killed his wife and a child a day after negotiations for a permanent truce broke down amid renewed rocket fire. Johnny Manziel will have to wait to become the 21st starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns since 1999. The Browns announced on Wednesday morning that veteran Brian Hoyer will be the team's starting quarterback the season opener September 7 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Twitter said late Tuesday they will move images of videos and sees people upon request of family members but conditions of the policy. In Turk, Novartis decided to lessen the deal to hand over its experimental tuberculosis drugs to Global Airlines for TB drug development, joining the group. Big Parama retreat for antibiotic. But Japanese soldiers and police officers moved the body of a victim in a landslide in Hiroshima on Wednesday. Russia's dual shipment of humanitarian aid to refugees in the arms of the rebels in Ukraine go toward the same end, experts say, leveraging the peace on Kremlin terms. Protesters demanded the fall of the Pakistan government, blockaded parliament and key ministries on Wednesday, the latest round in a week-long political drama that has shaken the rest of nuclear-armed nation. Ukrainian activists opened in the heart of Moscow, repainted communist symbols up top. One of the Starliner buildings in the Ukraine colors a blue and yellow on the Wednesday and topped it with a Ukrainian flag. Governor Andrew Cuomo of New York still holds a big lead over Australia despite Moreland controversy. A standoff and hostage situation has stretched into a second day in Chicago suburb as police said 2 children and women held hostage in Harvey, Illinois, according to NBC 5 in Chicago. Here, in Austin, Texas, Governor Whit Perry was put to the courthouse here Tuesday after being indicted last week on felony charges he abuses before they tried to force the Democratic district attorney from office. Republicans need to win 6 seats from take the Senate in Alaska, and first glance, Alaska looks as if it's thought to be one of the GOP's best opportunities. Target cut its annual profit outlook on Wednesday as it continues to deal with the effects of last year's data breach and the deficit to recover its Canadian operations. The British pound was rebuffeted Wednesday by minutes from the Bank of England showed that its 2 officials have pushed for an immediate rise in interest rates and tap. In New York stock futures were a little change on Wednesday after the SP 500 notched 2 straight days of gains and ahead of the release of the minutes from the most recent meeting of the Federal Reserve. Computer words, Pitt's new lower price share data plan sends ambitious, but the analyst stated that it doesn't go far enough and won't address the carrier's network performance soft. Apple shares returned to the triple figures for the first time since September of 2012 on Tuesday as Xiaomi builds ahead of its launch of the iPhone 6 and so-called iWatch. David Friedman left HTA's activity administrator showed the news because May said the HTA's new online search tool for automobile recalls will give drivers peace of mind. Hip-hop artist Nicki Minaj released her anticipated Anaconda music video today. Get a first look below the song is followed to a single, Pills and Pushes, which released on iTunes on Monday, July 28th. If you haven't watched the Taylor Swift's new Shake It Out video, check it out. Among the ballerinas, it's a breakdown to their Swift dress and gold chain crowned on the mid-Atlantic twerkers. UK critics have started weighing in on Sin City Dame Tequila for the most part of the time-sensitive critics worth the 9-year in wait between this movie and its original. Peter Boss performs during the halftime show of the NFL Super Bowl 48 football game between the Seattle Seahawks and the Denver Broncos on Sunday, February 2nd, 2014, East Westford, New Jersey. Los Angeles and Canada today started to feel more coming up in the recent. Evan Kendrick, he just his short it against the first place Dodgers as the Padres blow 3-1 lead to lose the Los Angeles Dodgers 8-6. Joe Gibbs of Racing announced that Carl Edwards will drive a fourth entry for the team beginning in 2015. In Southwestport, Pennsylvania, Joshua Houston struck out 5 innings in Chicago's Jackie Robinson West Bay Pearl, Texas 6-1 elimination game in the Little League World Series at last night in Southwestport, Pennsylvania, here as Texas eliminated from the Little League World Series. Airlines are the Lord of one of Iceland's biggest volcanoes, Rebels Alive, for international cards that's good for flight cancellation across the North Atlantic, the busiest international travel market. A telescope into the 7 episode captured an amazing view of the 2-star forming region into the Milky Way. The European 7 Observatory released a photo of the star cluster NGC 3603 and NGC 3576 stimulus shining into the 7 Milky Way. Amicus Therapeutics is a morning release and data that's built Microsoft for Fabry disease, a rare genetic disorder which fat builds up the body causes pain, hearing loss, clouded eyes, and eventually kidney failure and stroke. A new data set released by activity traffic make Jawbone suggests how people sleep in different cities around the world. People struggling in Japan experience sleeping hours per day. Take a look at New England. Incident alerts here. Nope. So, let's move it on to the stock market report here. Pre-market. Dow futures 16,858, down 23. SP futures 1973 and the 3/4, down 3.5, and Nasdaq futures 432, down 2 1/4 here. In the European markets here. DAX 953.51, down 8.77. FTSE 6746.33, down 32.98. CAC 42,268, down 32.77 here. In Asian markets here, Nikkei 15,454.45, up 466. Shanghai 2240.21, down 512. HSI 25,159.76, up 36.81 here. In the US markets here, 69,1959, up 885. SP 519.1.60, up 986, and Nasdaq 4527.51, up 19.20. Oil 95.23, up 3/4 of a, up 75 hundredths of a point. Brent 101.89, up 33 hundredths of a point, and natural gas 3.867 thousandths, down 100 of a point here. Gold 1297.30, up 16 hundredths of a point. Silver 9.495 thousandths, up 83 thousandths of a point, and copper 31155 thousandths, up 27 thousandths of a point here. In the bonds there, US 10-year yield 2.415 thousandths, up down 6 thousandths of a point. Germany 10-year yield 92 thousandths of a point, 22 thousandths of a point down, and Japanese 10-year yield 114% thousandths, down 3 thousandths of a point, and the FX. European US dollar 1.3287, down 32 thousandths of a point. US dollar Japanese yen 103 1/4, up 36 hundredths of a point, and Great Britain pound US dollar 1.6646, up 31 thousandths of a point. And that's coming in what I'm just your P-Channel news. More than report on this August 20, 2014 on Wednesday morning. PJ with you, but good day, what a good positive. Bye bye for now. Here.